Well, in a few hours, the world will be locked out as the search for Pope Francis's successor officially begins. The process, known as the Conclave, is the world's oldest enduring electoral system, which will only end when we see that much-anticipated white smoke. Some 133 Cardinals from across the globe will soon cast ballots until one contender secures enough votes. So how will day one of this process unfold? For more, I'm joined by Colin Flynn, Vatican reporter, who joins us live in Vatican City. Good morning, good evening to you. How on earth does this work?
Nat, you know what? It reminds me of a story. 'Twas the night before the conclave, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a cardinal. There's great excitement, I have to say, here in St. Peter's Square, because this is Conclave Eve. It will all begin tomorrow. By the way, the Cardinals are just in there behind me. They've been given their guest rooms in Casa Santa Marta. That's the guest house within the Vatican, famously where Pope Francis chose to live as well, instead of living in the Apostolic Palace. They're locked in. Now, they haven't been locked into the Sistine Chapel, but they're inside the walls of Vatican City State, and they ain't coming out until this is over. Tomorrow morning here in Rome, it will all begin with a Mass, because I know you've just come out of election season there in Australia, but this is an election like no other, because it has that spiritual dimension. So the Mass is called the Mass of the Holy Spirit, and what it is really setting the tone for the spiritual journey they're going to go on. They're going to try and invoke the Holy Spirit. They'll be kneeling, they'll be praying, they'll be saying, look, as we are about to go in and pick the successor of St. Peter, someone who's going to guide 1.4 billion Catholics around the world, Holy Spirit, please try and guide us and help us make the right decision. They will then move into the Sistine Chapel. Anyone who's not involved in the voting will be kicked out, the door will be locked, and tomorrow, just so they can get to know each other and gauge the temperature, they will do just one vote. And from that chimney, we expect to see black smoke, but you never know, Nat. And then if we do get the black smoke, it'll be into the next day, and they can do up to 4 a day from then out.
OK, will we see or hear any leaks? Because I'm told they can't have phones, they can't have any communication. Mobile phone jammers are in place, is that right?
I have the name here, Nat, but I gotta go. No, you're absolutely right. We will hear nothing. I can't stress to you how secretive this is and how seriously they take this. Even the windows of the Sistine Chapel have been covered in a special material so that cameras cannot look through and they can't use AI technology to lip read. All the mobile phones have been taken away. The Sistine Chapel was taken apart and checked for bugs before this. All of the people who are working around Casa Santa Marta, the guest house where the Cardinals are staying, have been sworn to secrecy. And the penalty, by the way, if they are caught to break this, is automatic excommunication. So that means not only do they lose their jobs in the Vatican behind me, but they're excommunicated from the Catholic faith. They're kicked out of the religion. That is how serious this is. So once that door is locked, that's what it means, by the way, conclave. It's a Latin for locked with a key. We will not know what happens in there, what is said, or who votes for who. The only time we will know they have reached the conclusion is when that white smoke billows out of that chimney.
OK, the next Pope, the future is in the hands of 133 men. We'll cross back to you, Colin. This should be fascinating. Here's Gervo.